In this session, I intend to teach you how to design this practical chart in Excel. Right at the start, please like the post, leave a comment and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and design this chart. To do this, the first thing you need to understand is how many sections this circle has. For this purpose, I add a circle to Excel from the Insert tab. This is our circle. In order for this circle to resemble the one in our chart, it needs to be divided. How should we do that? Look, from here to here, I'll set its color to red. I'll make another copy of it, like this. This is our circle. So if I want to create a shape like this, I need this circle. 90 degrees of the circle should be empty. That is this part where the project name is entered. The remaining parts, meaning the 270 degrees, are divided among the sections of the chart. So if it's 0, if the progress percentage here is 0, the number I get is 0. If it's 100%, the number I get is 270 degrees. So when I say there is 50% progress relative to this 100%, how many degrees should I indicate? That is, it equals open parenthesis this 50 divided by this 100 close parenthesis multiplied by this degree. So the degree I imagine for 50 is 135. That is, for me, if I set this here to 50, 135 degrees should be filled. So these are the first segments of our circle. There is a red mark in the center. For example, I'll consider this as 4. How much is left for the rest of the work? It equals 270 degrees minus 100 and 35 degrees minus 4 degrees. This is the remainder of the work. And finally, how much remains? It equals 360 minus 100, 35 minus 4 minus 131. Now I select these 4 pieces of data. I go to the Insert tab and choose the donut chart from the pie charts. I delete the title. I also delete this section at the bottom. My chart needs to be rotated. So I right click, go to the Format Data section, and here I set it to rotate 220 degrees. You can adjust it here, set the rotation to more or less as you prefer. In my opinion, 223 is a good rotation. In the donut hole size section, you can increase or decrease the thickness of your chart. I set it to 50% and select these lower segments. For their format here, I set the color to no fill. I select these first segments. For example, I set their color to dark blue. I select the second segment. I set its color to red. I select the next segment. I set its color to light blue. This is our chart. I can make this chart a bit more compact like this. Now, to make this chart look better visually, select the chart. Go to the Shape Outline section and set the color to navy blue. You can also increase its thickness a bit. For example, I set it to 3. Now I move this chart a little. Where does this 50 come from? I connected this 50 to this arrow. Look, with these 2 arrows, I can move the 50. You need the Developer tab. If you don't have this tab, go to File, then Options, and click on Customize Ribbon. Check the Developer option and click OK. Now this section will be enabled for you. In the Inset section, you can use various buttons. In the Form Controls, I select this button and add it here. Now I go to the Properties section where I can set the minimum and maximum values. I set the minimum value it takes is 0. The maximum value it takes is 100. So where should it display the content? I click on the Cell Link section and point to this cell. Okay. Now, when I exit design mode, look, if I move this arrow, is the percentage changing for me here? Look, even if you select this button while in design mode, in the properties section, you can specify by how much it should increase. I'll set it to 5. Now, if I exit design mode and click, you'll see that it moves in increments of 5. We go back to design mode. I select this button, place it in this corner, and make it a bit smaller. Now it's time for the percentage. For the percentage, I go to the Insert tab, grab a text box, and add it here. With the text box selected, I go to the formula bar, type the equal sign, and set it equal to this 30. Press enter. Now, if the percentage changes, you will see that its value updates in the text box. You can apply different formats to this text box. For example, let's change its color. I'll set it to this color and make the size larger. I'll change the font to Agency, make it a bit bigger, and bold it. You can also add various effects to it in the color formatting section. For example, I can set the outline to red, or I can make the outline white, or I can set the outline to black. You can choose any outline you want for it. You can set it to white, add an effect, and give it a shadow. Here is how it will look. Again, in the insert section, I'll add a text box. Here, I'll type the %sign. As you saw from my explanations, it was really easy for me to design a chart in Excel